Hi everyone, I'm Peter Morgan. Today we're on John chapter 6, and John chapter 6 starts with a multitude of people following Jesus out onto the mountain. And we know there that Jesus performs one of the greatest miracles where he feeds 5,000 people. And in fact, he feeds them so much that they're full and there's even leftovers. We then see that evening the disciples cross the lake. We see another miracle there of Jesus walking on water. But what I want to talk about this morning is about the multitude. They see Jesus, the next morning they wake up, they look for him, they can't find him. Eventually they find him on the other side of the lake. And I'm going to pick up from verse 25 in John chapter 6. It says, when they found him on the other side of the lake, they asked him, Rabbi, when did you get here? Jesus answered, I tell you the truth, you are looking for me not because you saw miraculous signs, but because you ate the loaves and had your fill. Do not work for food that spoils, but for food that endures to eternal life, which the Son of Man will give you. And that verse 27 is what I want to camp on. And I believe we presently live in an unprecedented times. And I think this verse is as relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago. It goes, do not work for food that spoils, but for food that endures to eternal life. I think at the moment it's so easy for us just to focus on our immediate needs, and there's no problems with that. In fact, Jesus taught his disciples in the Lord's Prayer, one of the lines is, give us today our daily bread. But I think Jesus doesn't want us to camp there. There's so much more that he wants us to live for, even during this season. And where he talks about eternal life, Jesus talks about that further. If we read on, it says in verse 38, for I have come down from heaven not to do my will, this is Jesus talking, but to do the will of him who sent me. And this is the will of him who sent me, that I shall lose none of all that he has given me, but raise them up all at the last day. For my Father's will is that everyone who looks to the Son and believes in him shall have eternal life. And I think my encouragement this morning is, let's not get so focused on our daily bread that we forget the greatest commission ever. And my prayer for you is, as you read John 6 this morning, my prayer is that Jesus will stir faith in your hearts. He'll stir faith to see the town transformed, to see your family transformed, to see people saved, to see the nation impacted. Let's not only live for our daily bread, let's live for more with what God has for us. And I want to close just by reading again. Do not work for food that spoils, but for food that endures to eternal life.